Right, how long are you for? Right. What we've done so far this week on can and cannot has been very good. Well done, the answers are really good. Let's just go over it and then do a little bit more today. So, if you are able to do something, then we use the word can. And when we speak, it's going to be the subject, who or what we're talking about, plus can, and then the verb. The verb is a word that says what you're doing. So it would be something like this. It would be, who we're talking about, again, can sing. Who we're talking about, we'll get into the subject, can, and then what's he doing, what's the verb, sing. Or if I want to say no, then it's the subject and then cannot or can't and the verb. So I would say third can't fly. I don't think. Anyway, so who we're talking about, third, and then cannot, and then the verb, cannot fly. And then what we're going to look at today is how to do questions. Okay? And when we have a question in English, we have this little thing here called a question mark, which always goes at the end, the last thing there. And for a question, we use can, and then who or what we're talking about, and the verb. So it would be something like this: can run. Okay, so question, can, who we're talking about, and then run, and at the end we have our question. Okay, now let's look a little bit more at this because we need to do something that's a little bit more difficult. So let's go over here. So we'll go over here. Now in English, when we want to ask a question, we can use these words: do, or can, or be. And be, we don't say we say is, are, am. And we can make a question with them and they come first. Do you like football? Can you swim? Is it hot in Thailand? Are you listening? So we can make a question and we put these words first and the question word at the end. But we also have in English what are called question words. And all of our question words start with WH, except one, which is how. So these are our question words. Who, for a person. Where, for a place. What, for a thing. Why, for a reason. Which, when you choose, and I, which. When, for time. Whose, conquer I. And then the last one, how, which usually goes with how much and how many. Now, in English, always these question words will come first. Always come first, and the question word will always come last at the end. So, let's go back over here and look at our question here. So if we're making a question with can comes first. But if there's a WH word, that will always come in front of can. So, when can Ken run? Where can Ken run? Why can Ken run? No WH, can will come first. The WH word, then can will come second. So it's always like that. So, not easy, but let's see if we can do some of those. So we're going to look at your student book, page 11, and we're going to look at question 3 at the top. And we're going to see if we can put can and the WH words all together. Okay? So let's look. I've put the questions here, bigger writing so we can see. Let's look. What have we got? Become, question mark, can, invisible, Chris. Okay. First thing, question mark we know must come at the end. Okay? No WH question word, so we know can must come first. So can, after can we have the subject. The subject is Chris, can, Chris, and then our verb become invisible. Question mark at the end. Let's look at number 2. Okay, there's our question mark, that must come at the end. Now look, we've got a WH question word here. So we know that must come first. So it's going to be who, and then can. So who can. Then we need our verb. What are we doing? Our lift. Who can lift a car? Who can lift a car? Okay? Number 3. Again, look, question word goes at the end. No WH question word, so can must come first. So can, and then who's the subject? Who are we talking about? Emily. And our verb, what is she doing? Fly. Okay? So we'll look at number 4. Question word, question mark at the end. WH question word, what? It's going to be what, and then can, what, can, and then who are we talking about? Mr. Magnificent, Mr. Magnificent, and then our verb do. Okay? So have a look at number 5. Question mark at the end. We've got our question word here. How much? So that must come first. How much are? Must have are here. And then what are we talking about? Lollipops. Okay, and then the last one. Lollipops are amazing. The question mark. Okay, question mark last. Now, no WH question word. No can, but here look, we've got are from the verb be. So that's going to be the question word. So it's going to be are, and then our subject, what are we talking about? The lollipops. And then our verb. It's amazing. So, not easy, but let's go back over here to look. So, to make a question, we put can and then the subject. But if there's a WH question word or how, that always comes first in English, and then can will come after it. So like this, who can, what can, okay? Like that. That's how we make questions in English. So see if you can write in the answers. Student book page 11, number 3. Good luck.